Sorry it's late, guys, but just wanted to do a little chatting and tools, and we got stuff in the way here. We've got this 266 that is pretty much ready to go. The only issues it has right this second is it needs a new spark plug, which I keep forgetting about. Probably a new air filter, which I'm thinking of I might actually have. And the high idle doesn't work for some reason. This switch may need to be changed out, which really is not that big of a deal. But whatever, we're gonna put this away and work on some tools. I've got two guys that actually need tools, Sean and Paul. So I'm gonna pack up their kits tonight. But we get stuff in the way. So let me bring you up here. No. Got to bring it up here so I can see comments. That's all. For those people that are watching later, I highly recommend to watch live. It's a whole lot more fun. We can chat. You can ask questions. Heckle, whatever. 6 people here already. Check that out. Larry's here. Dan, good. Brandon, mega. Sweet. Hey, guys. So, not a whole lot going tonight. I just have to pack up a couple of tool sets and basically chat with you guys, seeing what everybody's doing. A lot of cleanup to do, actually. I don't really have a whole lot else right now as far as projects go. What was the thread pitch on a 372 crank? M8 by 1.0 right hand and M14 by 1.25 left hand clutch side. Larry's reloading? Okay. So let's see. Paul and Sean. So Paul wanted a main kit and a 242 rod. So let's get the tape on here. 10. Wow, I'm down to the bottom layer here. Yeah, that's not good. Okay. 30-06. All right. Main kit, 242 rod. M8 by 1.0 right hand is flywheel side. M14 by 1.25 clutch side. parts are interchangeable with 181. A lot of them. The intake is a little bit different. The throttle linkage is a little bit different, but the cylinders all swap. The crank is the same. I think the flywheels are the same. Cases are basically the same. Oilers are the same. Don't know if the mufflers are different. The 181 has the linkage should fit, but it depends on if you have a decomp or not. And apparently, if you have a 181 cover, for the love of God, do not put a hole in it. Just get a 288 cover. Sell the 181 cover to somebody that'll appreciate it, because you can't get them. That's just what I've heard. Okay, so this kit is for Paul. I don't know if Paul's watching, but... Don't get all the burrs off, but if you can get quite a bit of them, that's good. These should just drop through, you know? Hey Steve, how you doing? We're doing good here. Mega, split the cases. Good idea. I approve. I used to question splitting cases. I don't anymore. I just do it. You know? Mega, what I ended up doing, though, for the cheaper splitter, I had to upgrade the actual... I'll show you. Just to remind you what I did. This piece here is 5/8 threaded rod. And all I did was I retapped this portion for 5/8. And I welded a nut on the end, but all you got to do is double up a nut. I mean, you know, you don't have to weld it. So, retap for 5/8, use a piece of all thread. This is much stronger than the original was. And the splitter, if you buy it directly from Husky, is not that expensive. So, you know, you can get the Chinese one and have to do that, or you can get the original one from Husky. And it's my understanding that they're really not too bad. Alright, so this set is for Paul. You can get them from Puzzle.net. If you want the Chinese ones, you can go to your regular Husky dealer. You can get them from HL Supply if you guys want to support me. Up to you. Oh. Oh. These two guys are getting my last 2 stickers. All right, Paul, this is your kit. Don't know if you're on. There's one. Okay, write the name on it. Paul. Okay, one more. Which is Sean. Okay. This kit is a little bit more extensive. This is for Sean. What's 661 and an 880, I think. Yeah. Just for frame of reference, I'm going to mark the 661 just with black here. I have an idea which one it is. It only fits. Only one of them fits, so not hard to figure it out. Got a log cut today. Finally went out and did some cutting today. Just an 8-footer. I got just some planks out of it that my dad's going to use for pallets for firewood. Firewood pallets. Custom pallets. The way to go. That slides through. Pieces here. One thing I'm missing is the 880 sleeve. Get that. We're right on here, 880. So Sean, here's your kit. Small sleeve, large sleeve, 880 sleeve. Plywood rod, 661 rod, M10, M12, and M14. There you have it. The M14 right here. Ice cream. Again, Larry? It's okay, we'll forgive you. We're going to put a little bit of extra padding on this because this is going to Australia. Or New Zealand. I think this is going to New Zealand. Sean, this kit's for you. And a sticker. Ice Road. Honestly, Ice Road, if I did that, I don't think I'd be able to keep up with demand. That, and I'd really rather... I'd rather not give eBay the money. If that makes any sense. eBay takes a pretty significant cut. I'd have to list them significantly higher for me to be happy. And then, I don't know. I'm actually running short on kits right now. M8 by 1.0 right hand, M14 by 1.25 left hand. Yes. So I'm down to my last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 kits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 kits. 1, 2, 3. So 8 kits. I have a fewest of those. Yeah, okay. So 8 kits. I have a few more rods hanging around, but basically 8 kits left. So the trick is to front all the money up front to get them made, and then hang on to all that for months and months and months and months. And I'm not sure ultimately I'd keep up if I went to eBay. Plus, I like hanging out with you guys. You know, I really like hanging out with you guys and having the really personal relationships with people. You know, how often do you see anybody pack your own product right here on YouTube Live? You know, you know exactly what you're getting. You can ask questions in real time. Other nice thing is, you know, at the levels I'm doing it, I didn't even get that many questions. I don't actually get questions about it. I think the tools are so self-explanatory that don't even really worry about it. You know, I mean, Mega asks questions, but we don't. You know, we try to ignore him. Try to ignore him. Thanks, Edwin. Maybe if I can sell some more tools, I can afford a better one. Dumb thing is, I got 10 logs outside. I could easily slab myself up something. Wouldn't be hard. Just don't want to bother. I don't know why. Terrible. I know. I'm weird. Take it or leave it. Do a little bit of cleanup. I don't know. Just slabbed up some wood for my dad tonight because it felt like it. Dad was here. Could have made a bench. I had a 8 foot long, 12 by 13 inch square, more or less squared off piece. it's only 8 feet. So the thing is, you can't really make 2x12s out of an 8-footer. You can, but what's the point of an 8-foot 2x12? You know, not much, right? Now a 12-foot 2x12. Now you're talking, right? You know. I don't know. I kind of like my table here. If you guys actually saw how I work, so just so you guys can see where I'm at. I don't know if you've seen this before, but mostly I work. I stand right here, but I also have my toolbox right behind me, and all that other stuff over there, all the other goodies. And so I effectively can stand right here and turn however I want and grab stuff and come to work here. It makes a lot of sense. Well, I'll tell you what, milling with Dad was fun. I still think that milling is definitely like the most fun thing that I do. It's fun. It's just fun. Actually, the only thing that I think is more fun is putting this up on the bench. I'm not sure which entices Larry more, the ice cream or this. There you go. I had stolen that piece. I forget why. Yeah, milling's a lot of fun. It just, it just pushes all the right buttons. You know what I mean? And milling with Dad is even more fun. He doesn't get to do the milling very much. So I really bought the mill for him, too. That was the intention. Of course, I kind of stole it from him, but, whatever. The intention was for Dad to have fun with it. This is always so much fun to tap Larry with. Cool. All right. One other thing I wanted to check. The 288 over here. My 288 stuff, rather. That whole box of 288 stuff. Sign that one I didn't. I don't know. I'm not kicking you out, Mega. Not yet, anyway. Yeah. The question is, do I have a 288 OEM air filter? Sitting around. I have the high top version. Do I have the regular? I thought I did, but maybe I don't. I guess I don't. Shucks. Alright, all these parts gotta get put out. Put out. So that's kind of cruddy. I don't have an air filter there. Don't think I have a steel in here. No, my 272 stuff. No, okay. So really need an air filter for that 266. Is anybody interested in the 266? If anybody's interested, let me know. Put that in with the 272 stuff. I'm actually like getting pseudo organized around here. That's pretty impressive. So yeah, if anybody's interested in the 266, please let me know. I am interested in getting rid of it for the right price, of course. Else here that is worthy of going into those boxes? No. No. All right. Anything else, guys? Otherwise, I'm just hanging out here, kind of cleaning up the shop. The bags these plastic bags are now a rarity. They're suddenly scarce. Used to have them all over the place, and now they're disappearing. They've made it law in the state of Connecticut you have to charge for plastic bags now. So everybody's like, okay. Great. That's basically about it until, hey Bob, they've been banned here in New Zealand. Yeah, they have to charge for them, so everybody kind of took that to be like, okay, let's, not use them at all. So basically you walk into stores now and no more plastic bags. So now I just have to go buy more plastic bags at the store if I need a plastic bag or something to put garbage in. Arnold, that's the law I've been in for over 15 years. We're just slow in the States, I guess. I don't know. The long driver bits. You mean these? The Allens? They're just long Allens. Yeah. So these come in a kit from Harbor Freight, which if you're in New Zealand, then you might not have a Harbor Freight, but you can get them. Just long Allens. Pittsburgh long ball head hex socket set. Does that help? I love them. Definitely some of my favorite tools. Just love those things. They work great. They've been working great. The only one that I've ever busted was, I think I busted a 3 or 4 millimeter head ball end. These are the straight ones, but the ball, I used it with an impact and it snapped the head right off. I was stupid. I shouldn't have done that. That was my fault. They still exchanged it for nothing. That's what Harbor Freight does. I told him, I'm like, I'm not doing that again. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, and Arnold, I usually use the 3 and the 4 the most. Once in a while, the 5 for the exhaust bolts. Yeah, we have Allen, and the ball end Allen is particularly helpful too. Love the ball end. Just ball end Allen makes life easier. Um, what else are we doing tonight? 266 piston. If this was in better shape, I'd keep it. It's not. Just trying to think of what other stuff I can get cleaned up around here, you know? I gotta bring in my two. I got two things to do. I gotta bring in my 262 and add that spacer, and I gotta bring in my 272 and add that stupid washer, and then they'll be complete. Hey, man, Matt, what's up? Hey, Leonard. We're just talking tools. Yeah, love talking tools. I've got like two little things that I gotta square away with a couple of saws. That 262 needs this spacer and new clutch. I gotta go figure that out. And the 272 needs this washer and the starter. Be right back. So, let's see. So, just a couple of little things to shore up. I guess the next thing that might be on the agenda, Chris Kringle has a 288 that's probably going to get sent here one of these days. Whenever I get off my duff. Mile high carb said it would work 394, but you have to take that part off or something. Yes, and actually, I did that on some previous carburetors that I got from them. So you have to go back in the videos and see when I'm working on 394 carburetors, and you'll see that there's a little part that you pull off of the throttle plate. Um, it's like a little extender arm, so don't worry about it. If you, it's a WJ71. That's the carburetor that you want. Get a WJ71. It'll work perfectly. Guys, I gotta go upstairs for half a second. I'll be right back, okay? Hey, Joe. You guys talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back, okay? Here I come. Sorry, guys. Ah. Hey, Joe, I actually had a question. Okay. Joe, I got a question. It's for you. On this 266, it does not want to set the high idle. I pull back, and as soon as I let go, what's worn out? The trigger? Do I need a new trigger on that? The AV mounts are good. Everything's lined up pretty good. I don't think that something's out of whack there. The catch on the lever, yeah. Oh, the catch on the on this lever, you mean? Yeah, it's I wouldn't call it beautiful, but OEM carb. Can I pop this out without popping that out? And yes, it's an OEM carb. Nice. Roll pin there and a roll pin here, looks like. Yeah, I'll bring it closer to the camera. Hang on. So you guys see what we're doing here. Hey, Bill. 2 roll pins. Oh, come on. I don't think the issue is with the roll pins is what Joe means. He might mean that something in here is going to go boing. I gotta take off the top though. Bill, you like the tools? Aren't those fun? Bill, did you giggle the first time that you used those? And Joe, this right here, this thing, is more or less stripped out, so I need a new filter, I guess. Oh, this also looks like it's utterly buried. I wonder if I can. Catch looks fine. I don't see anything wrong with that. Okay. And does this spring go back in like that? Somehow? Okay, that's what I figured. Okay. So I'm on the right track. Well, I was mesmerized to say the least. They work on some steels too. They work on most of the steels, in fact. Oops, sorry. Clunk. They work on most of the steels. You know, it's funny. This thing looks a lot shorter, so let me see if I can. Hang on. Hang on, people. Yeah, that thread's all screwed up. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It actually backs off. Curious to see if it'll hold now. Maybe it'll just hold now. That'd be good. Or if it just screwed it in further, which I think it did. I'll bet if I actually put a flat bottom M5 tap in here, I can get this to work. I know, I'm cuckoo. I could just get a new piece, but where would be the fun in that, huh? Who would learn anything? Not me. Looks better. Okay. Still want to see if I can back this out. Actually, I think I have another stud. I might have another stud over in that box of 288 parts. That would be awful smart, wouldn't it? Because if I do, then I can just screw that down. I don't have to worry about repairing this one, which is not a terrible prospect. Man. Love to hold on to the darn thing. Why is it not unscrewing? It is. Okay, it's coming. Here I am assuming I got another one of these studs. No, these studs come out, Joe. Same thing on the 288. They're not molded in. They're threaded. See? Not molded. It's just a stud. It's an M5 stud. But now I gotta go back to my 288 parts and see if I can find that silly stud, because I think I had another one, but Lord knows where it is in here. Pretty darn sure I had another one. Look, here they are, right here. Yes. Take care, Leonard. Here you go, Joe. You got the part number for you. So here's how I did it before. So let me throw all this stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if there is anybody here that knows more than me about saws, it's Joe. So, but it's definitely one of those amazing things about this hobby is you can learn from anybody. Pretty much anybody can learn from anybody, and that's to me wonderful. Love it. Which actually brings up another topic, which I think is a fantastic topic. And it has to do with what I believe is the definition of professional. I think the definition of one of the aspects of being a professional is being teachable. You know what I mean? If you can be teachable, I think professionals in general are teachable people. And I also think that if you're not being teachable, I don't think that's very professional. So take 2 nuts. I'm going to bring them. You know, it almost looks like this one was reversed compared to that one. So if you can maintain teachability over many, many years, then I think that's a really good thing. Great. Now I just drove it in too doggone far. Just grab that. There's a smooth part that I'm grabbing. It's not threaded. So this is the side that is supposed to go down. The long threaded side. Yes, okay. So now I can double nut it here. Yeah, I don't have a stud driver, that's for sure. There you go. Couple of M5 nuts. Right down to the smooth section. Undo your nuts. There it is. Run piece. What's going on, man? No locker? No thread locker? I don't think... Into the nylon, you don't need it. Let me just go a little further here. So let's see if this works now. Ta-da! Perfect. All right. Okay. So now, let's get back to this. Joe, I am not convinced that's worn. Just by the way it looks darn close to new, which is kind of like the rest of this saw. There really wasn't a whole lot of wear on it. So what's the next thought? Because can this part in here be worn so much that it doesn't hold the high idle? Bill, is it heat will swell the stud? I don't know. I don't know exactly know what you're talking about, Bill. You don't need to do anything more to that. What's the trigger against the filter housing? Plenty of clearance, I would say. If it's this part, I would say probably not. Then the next place to look I would assume would be the trigger, this trigger itself. Are the threads in the idle screw worn? Well, the idle screw is fine. That's not the issue. It won't maintain high idle. So then maybe something in the trigger itself is worn. So I have to see if I can get that part. Arnold, you'd run a tap in first. Where are you running a tap in, Arnold? In here, it's not. This is a brand new carburetor. Isn't the lock all done with the trigger? It catches the safety lock. Yeah, this catches. Hang on. Let me see if it gets back in there. Just for. Ooh. I did it, but I bet it took the spring right out. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to take the tank back off. It looked like I grabbed the spring here. Like you said, fussy. Fiddly is more like it. I would call this more fiddly than fussy. Well, now it's stuck. Having the right to get in there. Fussy, fiddly, fiddly, fussy. Good thing that's magnetic. The wire from the trigger to the throttle can it be bent to adjust? I did. I tried bending that a bit, and it all looks straight. That's the thing. Right now, the whole thing looks very parallel with this, so... Right now, I'm just looking to see where in the world... That's how you do it. Here you go. Right here. Just like this, guys. Held the spring. That's how to do it. Whether I can get it or not, I don't know. But that's got to be how to do this. There it is. Let's see if I can put the roll pin back. The spring doesn't quite go, not quite in the right spot, but that's got to be how to do that. $331.20. Yeah, right. The wire from the trigger to the throttle, give me a notch. Notch on the trigger. Yeah, that's either the trigger's worn in here or in here, but this looks all smooth and fine. Let's knock the roll pins out again. I think it's got to come out the front like that in order to get it. But then it has to go back in this way. Almost feels like the spring fell out there. Doesn't quite, it's not engaging properly with something. Or it's just not sitting down. It should sit down effectively. Here's another way to do it. This roll pin, does that hold the spring? We're going to stumble forward here, folks. Because if the roll pin holds the spring, and then, no, and then I go back through here. Maybe. Let's see. Hang on. Nobody get too excited. Either that it had to go up and through, but now the roll pin won't let it. See, I'm not even sure that this would work if that catch wasn't there. Because this went in here perfectly before. But the roll pin's in the way. I'm willing to bet that that has something to do with it. Okay. We're going to get it figured. All right, now I'm up there. Should I move the spring in so that it catches on the roll pin? Maybe I do it this direction. Yeah, let's try that. How's this for an idea? Like Joe said, it's funny, but once we get it here, we'll actually know how to do it. I was not planning on getting this fussy with it tonight. So also one of the things, like if you actually put a little piece of like dental floss or something around this, you might be able to spring it, put it in position, and let it go. I don't know. It's getting late. My eyes are tired. The spring's in the wrong spot. This is how to do it. Almost sure as shooting here. Get that in there and make this springs now. Okay. Make sure that springs now. Tap the roll, push this down, tap the roll pin in. Okay, so that works. How I just did it works. It has to go in through there. It's fiddly, but that works. This just means that I'm going to have to revisit this. You know? It's like there's no catch at all in there. So maybe the trigger's buggered. So I got a new trigger. We'll take that apart. Great. Hey, Bill. Happy birthday, buddy. Hey, Alan. Welcome. The spring that was under here was under plenty of tension. There's no, like, it's got plenty of spring. But now it's like this doesn't even catch at all. So it's very possible that the trigger itself is worn. Off with the tank. Yep, off with the tank. But not tonight. I'm not going to bother taking the tank off until I know that. Well, you know what? I need some new. You really need some new oil and gas caps here. Need a new trigger, obviously. So I guess we'll revisit that another night. That'd be just a good topic, just to go over the trigger assembly. Does it work if you take the wire off and activate it manually? No, this assembly in here is what actually holds the throttle at like half open or something like that. The catch on this part is fine. I'm guessing that the catch on the corresponding catch on the throttle trigger is bad. But it sounds good when you start it. It runs pretty good. Just not going to have a chance to tune it until I, you know. Okay, so that's all the excitement I have for you guys tonight. Everybody, please give a warm round of applause for Joe for showing up. Do appreciate Joe showing up. He has been very helpful. And I've gotten some emails from Alan, and Alan's pretty helpful too. So I appreciate you guys a lot helping me through this because we're definitely stumbling forward. And I'm late, so I'm closing my eyeballs. All right. Thanks, Joe, Alan. Thank you everybody else for hanging out. Mega, Brandon, Bob, Tom. Who else is here? Tim. I don't know if Larry's off on his ice cream or whatever. Having a little fun with the ice cream. I'm glad we figured out the stud issue. That's cool. That way I can actually use this filter. The fine filter just need to be cleaned, you know? So, your ice cream's going to be good. If anybody's interested in this saw, wants to buy it, I think 400 plus shipping is going to be the ticket. You can see how it's built, how it's put together, and how I'm troubleshooting a couple of minor things here. But if anybody's interested, let me know. Tom, hey, everybody have a great night. Let me throw my email in here. If anybody wants to email me, they can do so. Get rid of the extra ampersands here, but it's matty05@aol.com, and make sure that you use a letter O instead of a number O, and all that stuff. Bill, I'm glad you like the tools. Enjoy them. I enjoy them every single time I use them. It really is fun. So everybody have a great night, and you guys take care, okay? Be safe, everybody. Thanks.